is as easy as calling Dex Imaging, 352-266-0333. Start saving money today and increase your bottom line with Dex Imaging. Printers, copiers, and fax machines that increase office productivity and save you money. No one understands your bottom line better. Call Dex Imaging today, 352-266-0333, or check them out on the web at deximaging.com. That's DEXimaging.com. Or call 352-266-0333 for your free document management evaluation today.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lock, Dock, and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
That was the sound of a tree falling. It could be your tree. You're going to have it trimmed, but never got around to calling Pride Tree Service. It could have fallen in a field, and now all you have to do is call Pride Tree Service, and they'll have it quickly out of the way for a great price. But don't wait until the tree falls. It may not fall in the field. It may hit your car, your house, or worse. So call Pride Tree Service today and avoid all those headaches before they happen. Pride Tree Service, 572-2510. That's 572-2510.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, a new spoiler, and a new truck.
Yep, we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too.
Well, as a matter of fact, join me, Matt Gibbs from Sunrise Automotive, every Tuesday at 10 for auto repair with personal care right here on The Source.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
Thank you, Stanley Spencer, for singing us into this one of my favorite segments of the week. Carol Ann Baldwin is here to answer your questions about gardening, and the show is called In the Garden with Carol Ann. Carol Ann is a master gardener, and she volunteers to do this a full hour, pays for her own gas to get here. No perks at all. You need some perks.
I get occasional perks.
How you doing?
Yeah,
do you
real
really?
good. Real
yeah, once
good.
in a while.
Yeah.
Tickets to the circus or something.
Oh, right. Just to, yeah. Yeah, that's fun. I have a T-shirt.
That's right.
I
You
do have a
t-shirt.
WOCA T-shirt.
How are you doing?
I'm doing real good.
Nice.
It's just, nice, great day. It's a little warm out already today. But you see, we got a whole bunch of papers I got in front of me today, so it's all those mark your calendar kind of stuff.
Oh, really?
So hopefully we'll get to all of them today.
What's today's date? Today is
the 19th.
No, but a National Day of it's some kind of a drink. What was that drink I said today was the day? It's a mixed drink.
I missed that.
With rum.
Ooh.
Oh, what is that drink? It's a common drink. Everybody has
Pina
it.
colada?
No.
Rum and Coke?
No. Robin, help me. What's the drink today? I can't remember.
Wow, I like rum.
It's a common drink. I hear it all the time, but I'm not a drinker.
Okay, so you don't remember the name of it. So,
Daiquiri.
Oh, daiquiri.
Hickory daiquiri dock. How could I forget? Yes. Do you like daiquiris?
I don't know if I've ever done a daiquiri.
Isn't that funny? Nobody does daiquiri. Robin has had drinks in her past.
Yeah.
See, I'm not a drinker, so I don't know.
No, I don't think I've ever had a daiquiri.
Well, today's the day.
Today's the day. I have to see what
The hickory dackory dock day.
It could be, yeah. So, yeah, just do that after you're all done out in your garden and everything, because it's too hot outside. You don't want to mix alcohol with the heat, and it's a little too early to be tipping up a beverage there, unless it's an iced tea, not a twisted tea.
Wait a minute. I'm a Jimmy Buffett
it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Jimmy
It's
Buffett.
5 o'clock somewhere, but yeah.
We
Here in
always-
Central Florida, hold off until the sun's over the yard arm.
We credit him with that song.
Right.
He didn't write it.
No, but that's okay. He made it popular.
Yeah, he sure did.
That was what went on. It's still it's July. We are getting more of the afternoon showers. I think there's getting to be a little more coverage over those, so your garden should be getting a little more of that water. If you are getting the regular rains, turn your sprinklers off in your lawn, or this time of year you might put them on manual. Anyway, just put it on the manual. That way, if you haven't had any rain in a couple days and it's your day to water, go ahead and bump them on for that that morning and
Bump 'em on.
bump them on, and they'll come on and water the lawn.
It's one of the joys that you can get for a really small amount of money is a sprinkler.
Yes,
That's a
sprinklers can
really
be
wonderful
fun, yeah.
thing to own.
And actually, there's all kinds of different sprinklers. There's the utilitarian, oscillating sprinkler that waters the lawn. Or nowadays, there's some you can find that are actually decorative that will water, but they're pretty too. They're like copper or brass, and that they're artsy. And as the water pressure goes through, as it's spraying, they're twisted just so that the water actually comes out, and it's pretty.
Like
So
a
when
little
you're
fountain.
sitting out,
Really?
Yeah, fountain. Well,
Well,
like
maybe
a
I'll get
fountain.
one of them.
Yeah, if you can find them, they're a little pricey.
I don't
but
water
they're-
my grass
they're
ever.
They're a little pricey, but they're pretty. If you're going to sit outside, like I've said before, you put a sprinkler on when you're sitting outside. Whatever little breeze, it does help to cool that air.
Can I
near
ask
where
a
you're
question
at.
about watering the ground?
Sure.
All right. When the local ordinances say you can only water on certain days,
Right.
Does that include the underground water things that like my neighbor has one of those?
The micro irrigation
I
kind
don't
of
know
things.
what it's called. It's like it basically is just a PVC pipe underground with holes in it. He turns it on and then.
Well, that's probably would be possibly considered a micro irrigation. Some of those, to my understanding, I'm not fully up on the whole law. That some of that I was my understanding that they were kind of exempt because it did not put the water up and out to where you had evaporation and wind blowing it off of location.
Oh, okay.
And that you actually used less water at the same time because you watered, say, each shrub had a mister head or sprinkler head on it, and it would
Mr.
put
Head.
its,
I like that
well,
name.
you got Mr. Landscaper too. That put the water right where you wanted it. It's targeted, it's right there. But don't hold me to what the ordinances are on that. And it doesn't stop you from standing out there with your garden hose and your nozzle and watering the lawn.
Do we have any of those ordinances in place right now
On
in
watering?
Ocala? Yeah, or Marion County?
There's watering
Really?
ordinances
I haven't
out
read.
there.
Like usually they send us stuff to
I mean, but
to
they've
read.
been for years.
So they just, we're
it's
supposed
the
to
same
know
thing.
this.
It's the same kind of thing as the 2 days a
I can
week.
look it up. Let me see if I have a Google.
Yeah, it's the 2 day week thing is a watering ordinance, and they usually change that back and forth when the times change. Is that in the summertime when we really normally don't need to water twice a week if we're getting rain. You're allowed to, once the clocks change in the fall, you drop down to 1 day a week. And that's really through the cooler seasons, you'd only need to water once a week. But, this time of year, it is.
So are we in the
St. John's
St.
River.
John's? St. John's?
Yeah, most of us, I think, are in St. John's River.
There's
I mean, there's
is the
Swift Mud.
interstate? Is the interstate the border?
Swift Mud. Actually, part of us are in Swift Mud, part of us are in St. John's. It depends on where you're at.
Okay, but I was wondering if the interstate was the dividing line. Okay.
I'm not real positive on that. I remember reading up on it at one point, but yeah, so some of us are in one of the watering districts, even right here in Marion County, and some are in another, I think. But I'm pretty sure that
here it
they
is.
are pretty much the same.
All of Marion County, including the city of Ocala, is to follow the St. John's restrictions. The only exceptions are the villages and the city of Denellen, which should follow the Southwest Florida Water Management District, which you call Swift Mud.
Swift Mud, right.
Because of the
Yeah,
abbreviation.
the acronym, yeah. But that, Yeah, so we're following South St. John's River.
So you want to know what they are? Let's
Sure,
see.
let's fill everybody in.
Let's see. Eastern Standard Time. Is that what we're in right now? No. No, we're in Daylight Savings Time right now, right? March through November. Yes, okay. Well, how do you read this? An odd-numbered address. Oh, gosh.
Is it odds and evens?
Yeah,
I guess
it's odds and evens,
Well,
yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't really.
Restrictions apply to private wells and pumps, ground surface water, and water. Okay, homes with odd-numbered or no addresses is Wednesday and Saturday.
Okay.
Wednesday and Saturday. That's the only time you can water? Wednesday and
Right,
Saturday?
it's 2 days a week, and it's those 2 days.
That's odd-numbered. Even-numbered addresses are Thursday and Sunday, and non-residential properties would be Tuesday and Friday.
That would be your businesses and things.
So the mall.
Right.
Okay. But if you have no address, then you do it on a Wednesday or a Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so just, whatever yours is. So one side of the street can water one day, and the other side of the street can water the other day.
Wow.
So if you're watering and your neighbor's watering across the street, you might look at your calendar and go, which one of us is wrong? But if you see sprinkler systems in residential areas that are that are going off when it's raining, your irrigation shouldn't be going off during the daytime hours anyway.
You know who I feel sorry for, though, with this whole thing?
What's that?
The police officer. Because this is what he does all day long.
Actually, that's code enforcement. That would not be a police.
All right. So at the end of the year when they give out awards, this guy says, I did a really good, I made sure people turned off their water.
Yeah, that's code enforcement.
No award.
No, it's just code enforcement. But no, just as moreover, pay attention to your own stuff, but make sure your irrigation's not going off in the middle of the day. It should be done watering by 6 or 7 a.m.
Which department is code enforcement under?
County code enforcement.
Just to do it? Just drive around? Do they have a car?
They have trucks, cars, yeah.
All right, we'll be right back. If you want to call 622-9622.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. On this Tuesday, a mix of sun and clouds with a thunderstorm or two in the area, the high 89 to 93. Clear to partly cloudy Tuesday night, low 72 inland, 79 on the coast. For Wednesday, times of sun and clouds with a stray thunderstorm, high 90 to 94. Thursday, partly sunny with a thunderstorm mainly during the afternoon hours over the interior, the high 90 to 94. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
What if a hiring manager asks questions they're not supposed to? Politely say, I prefer not to discuss my religion or my marital status or whatever it is, but I promise it won't interfere with my ability to do the job. Ladies, if you're trying to make a good impression on a man, listen up. Don't worry about small flaws in your appearance, because chances are he won't notice. It's not the cooking that makes the fish stink. It's what happens to the fish before it hits the flame.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Palm Garden of Ocala leads in the area of orthopedic care with proven outcomes. Planning to have a new hip or knee joint due to arthritis or as the result of a fall? Palm Garden may be the answer. Guests appreciate the services of highly trained therapists and state-of-the-art equipment. And if you pre-register, you can secure a private room at no extra charge by mentioning this ad. Palm Garden makes no bones about it. They provide the best in orthopedic care. Call 854-6262. That's 854-6262.
You can't put it off any longer. It's time to replace your home's AC system.
The answer is ACEsolvesItAll.com and an exceptionally efficient AC system. Let the pros at ACE show you how you can save on energy monthly and give your family added comfort. The great thing is that ACEsolvesItAll.com is on call 7 to 7, 7 days a week at no extra charge.
For a limited time, mention WOCA and get a special discount.
Call 877-765-4ACE or ACEsolvesItAll.com.
Yeah, I'm that drip coming down from the corner of the room. But where did I come from? I'll never tell.
Bone Dry Roofing can and will fix it right the first time using quality materials and will deal honestly and fairly with you, period. You can find Bone Dry Roofing on their website, bonedryroofingllc.com, and Facebook at Bone Dry Roofing LLC. Do it right before your roof needs a tarp to keep the elements out. Bone Dry Roofing stands behind their work to help make your home safe and secure. Plus, they have financing available. Remember, if you're not bone dry, then you're all wet.
WWWWOCA
Hi, this is Mayor Kent Gwynn. Have you ever wondered what the younger generation thinks? Well, here's the chance to find out. The Mayor and the Millennials coming soon to WOCA 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
We are The Source, WOCA.
Yes, we are. 18 minutes after 9 o'clock. Beautiful looking Tuesday morning. Let's return now to Carol Ann Baldwin in the Garden with Carol Ann. Remember, the phone lines are open if you'd like to be part of the show. We would love for you to be part of the show. It doesn't have to be a question. Maybe you just want to share with us how wonderful your garden is growing. We had a lady yesterday who was just so happy that she could use rabbit poop to make her, what do you call it, greens, collard greens, whatever you call them,
Okay.
grow really big. So.
Right. Just watch, because even rabbit poop, I think, can be a little hot. What they call hot. Like I told you, in that first segment, that I have a whole bunch of papers here. So I want to try to do at least. Try to get the ones that are going to come up real quick. And the first one is that the Extension Office is having a Melaleuca mulch flash sale, and nobody, unless you're watching it online, can see me do the quotation marks. It's this Friday from 8 to 11 a.m. And the Melaleuca mulch will be $2.75 per bag, and it is while supplies last. First come, first serve. You do need to pay at the front office before you load, and there will be loading assistance there. The address, if people aren't familiar with where the Extension Office is 2232 Northeast Jacksonville Road. And actually, if you're coming off of 441 onto Jacksonville Road there, you're going to... It's kind of like you're driving right on past it, but you see the livestock pavilion and then the large auditorium that's fairly new. What is that now, 6 years old or so? And you're kind of driving, but it's that last entrance as you pass the auditorium that you would turn into. That will be where the mulch is at. Now you need to go into the other set of buildings there next to it, or next to that auditorium, in order to pay for your mulch that you're going to get. Again, it's $2.75 a bag. That's this Friday from 8 to 11 while supplies last. If anybody else needs any other information, 671-8400. And why does Marion County sell Melaleuca mulch? Well, the Melaleuca tree in Florida has been a problem tree. It's an exotic that was brought in actually to dry up the Everglades back in the early part of the 1900s in order for development to go on. Probably sugar industry was probably part of that, but as well as just to dry this up, because the Melaleuca tree does really take up so much water. And so during different attempts at eradication, it's been a tough tree to get rid of. And they found out, though, that if you can cut them down, you can chip the wood up, and it's not going to sprout anywhere. It's not going to become a problem, and that it is insect resistant. There's a lot of different pests that don't like it. My understanding is that termites aren't real fond of it. Where I guess maybe after a while, once it starts to break down, they may still get in it, just because this is Florida's sandy soils and termites are going to travel through no matter what you do. But that the Melaleuca, that this has been a way of helping to deal with the problem of the Melaleuca tree, is to chip it and put it on the ground around our trees. And so it's a unfortunately renewable resource. I don't know how much other work they're doing to try to eradicate those stumps, so that eventually maybe we would run out of Melaleuca mulch. But they do. We usually carry a couple of different styles of it. The shreds, the chunks, and then they have one like a playground safe version, which I guess, I don't know, it's a certain size.
Oh, really?
Within the chip, in order to make them, have that classification. But if anybody's interested in Melaleuca mulch, again, it's this Friday, the 22nd, from 8 to 11 at the Extension Office at $2.75 a bag.
Not bad, huh?
Not too bad.
Not bad.
Yeah.
What on your In the Garden Facebook page? Somebody posted a really pretty picture of some flowers on a banana plant.
Oh yeah. Sharon had done that, and that's a cool one. That's what the flowers look like underneath those petals.
And I don't know how come I never saw that on the one I had. I don't have them this year. This year there's no big big purple
flower.
thing.
Yeah, that's the flower on it.
I'm disappointed that I don't have one this year.
you don't have your flowers. I'm trying to find my page here, so I'm looking at the same thing you're looking at.
In the garden.
Come on, there we go. Yeah, that's the flower, and that flower is really pretty interesting. If nobody's ever seen a banana flower, if you're from elsewhere and you're new to Florida, and bananas are nice and tropical, and yes, we can grow them either ornamentally or with edible fruit. We can do it even here in Central
Mine were
Florida.
edible.
Yes, they were.
We
They
ate
were.
almost all of them.
Yeah, they were good.
And
I'm not a big banana person, but they were good.
But the trick was to make them ripen with a bag with an apple.
Yep,
that
put
was
them
the
in
trick.
the paper bag and put an apple in with them and closed them up for a few days. And
By the way, also for people who are new, the Facebook page that Carol Ann made in the garden is a wonderful companion piece to this radio
to this show, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great way to show you visuals. Because gardening is a very visual topic.
It is very visual, and it also, if you want to, it is a closed group. So all you have to do is ask to join. I haven't turned anybody away yet, so.
Or kicked anybody out.
Or kicked anybody out.
It's a well-behaved group, right?
Right. Everybody's well-behaved. Just don't want anybody selling anything. Not unless you go through me first. Message me, find out. But if you have pictures and things like that from your garden, if you have a question, maybe you're driving or you're at work right now and you can't call in, or you think about it later, go ahead and ask it right through there. I have no problem with that. I mean, that's probably the easiest communications out there today.
What I think we all notice when you go on a road trip, even just 100 miles, you'll see plants that you don't see here.
That's very true.
So put
Very
them
true.
on the Facebook page.
Yeah, if you're on a vacation and you see something really interesting, share it with us. If you happen to know the name of it, share us that as well. If you don't know the name of it, we'll see whether or not we can find out what it is for you.
Yeah. There's one plant. Gosh, I'm going to try and actually draw it here.
Oh, he's going to try to.
show.
He's
Okay, so just picture this: very, very tall, just one straight line, and then lots of little things that just come out, like almost like a Charlie Brown Christmas tree.
Okay.
But you see them just a little south of here.
I think it's probably the Norfolk Island pines.
Is that what that is?
Where they're dark green.
Yeah.
And they come out in layers.
Yeah. You might be talking about something different because I think I've seen that too. But
okay.
Oh my gosh! See, this is one reason why next time I take a drive and I see this thing,
you'll have to take a picture.
I'll put it on the Facebook page.
There you go, and we'll find out.
Yeah, because how would I look that up? Just look up funny looking plant in Florida.
Sometimes you can go through and start narrowing it down. Plus, there's other resources out there. So long as you have a photograph of it, like the Florida Botany. I think they're on volume 3 now on their Facebook group page, and some other pages out there and even some of the other ones that I'm on, that you put that thing out there and you get 4 or 5 different people going, oh yeah, it's this here, and here's the link to actually see it yourself.
You mentioned you don't want people to sell things on the Facebook page, but the mulch you just mentioned, is that on the Facebook page?
It's not. I can probably put it on there just so people can see it, and some of these other ones maybe
because
I'll get
that's
them.
not exactly like a profit-making thing.
This is a Master Gardener thing or extension thing, and that's not all the stuff I do is all within the extension office kind of stuff. So it's not a big. I mean, it makes some money for the programs that extension puts on, and so that's what I do, because not everything extension does is paid for by the county, especially if it's Master Gardeners or Florida Yards and Neighborhoods and things like that.
So you don't like rabbit poop?
Oh no, rabbit poop is good stuff.
Just have to have a lot of rabbits, huh?
Really not really. I mean, if you've got a pet rabbit, you figure they put out quite a few little pellets every day. But you can mix that in your compost. You can mix it. You could put it in your bucket to make rabbit poop tea and water your plants with it. Just be careful that it's not too hot.
Just be careful you don't confuse it with the other tea.
Right, no, it's going to be out in the garden. Probably have a little bit of a aroma to it. But yeah, just watch the nitrogen source, because of what rabbits eat, just like cows, just chickens and stuff. When it's a high nitrogen item that they're consuming, it actually makes a high nitrogen fertilizer at the end, so it many times has to be aged or composted, putting it in an empty bed, and you're going to wait a few weeks before you use it, that you've spaded it in or tilled it in real good.
Do you know what I think must have been a funny moment?
What's that?
Because I always think that God says to the angels, if you guys got any ideas on creation, feel free to make
The
something.
platypus.
So the platypus, yes. But I'm thinking like when the first angel said, God, look at this. I made a rabbit. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I like the ears. That's a good touch. It's like a guinea pig with big ears.
Right.
Yeah, but the fun part is wait till it poops. Look at this. Look like Cocoa Puffs. God's going to say, no, that is funny. God.
That's funny. That's amusing. Yeah, it's a cute little animal that can have cute little poo. But the platypus was proof that God had a sense of humor.
Absolutely.
The next thing that's coming up, and I guess we might get a little more into it after the next break, but a rain barrel and micro irrigation workshop. Here we're in our rainy season. We are concerned about water conservation in not just Marion County, but the whole state of Florida. Upcoming August the 6th, and this again will be at the extension property there. They're going to be doing rain barrels and micro irrigation starter kits will be available, but it's a whole workshop on this. And to register, it is $5 per person. Registration deadline is August the 1st. So if you're interested in learning about rain barrels or micro irrigation or how to make either of those or any of those work for you in your garden, in your landscape. And I'm sure they will also have what any ordinances would be within the county, or at least some of the generalizations through HOAs as well, because I know that our Florida Yards and Neighborhoods program, which I think it's Florida Friendly Landscaping now, is actually the title of that portion, has worked with a lot of the HOAs on these items.
We're at the bottom of the hour already. We got a half hour left in this show. We would love to hear your phone calls. The phone number is 622-9622. Remember, you don't have to call with a question. We'd love to hear a question because then we'll learn from the answer Carol Ann gives. But just share with us what you've got going on in the garden. It's always fun to hear from you. Again, the number 622-9622. We've got news, and we'll be right back. This is The Source, WOCA.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. It's day 2 of the Republican National Convention. Last night, Mrs. Donald Trump took the spotlight.
One of the many causes dear to my heart is helping children and women.
That speech, though, last night getting a lot of talk this morning, as it appears parts of that speech from Melania Trump last night were lifted from Michelle Obama's 2008 speech.
Blake Berman with the Fox Business Network. Authorities piecing together how the shooter in Baton Rouge spent his time before killing 3 officers.
They look at the surveillance pictures of Gavin Long moving and shooting and then taking cover. They are trying to figure out where this former Marine learned his tactics. They are also looking at his ties to black militant groups and black power groups to see if anyone had any kind of prior knowledge.
Fox's Leland Vittert and officials in Afghanistan reporting an uptick in Taliban attacks. Fox News, we report. You decide.
Napa has the family of Castro motor oils on sale starting at $3.39 a quart for conventional. So if you drive a family hauler, a cruiser, a grocery getter, a midlife crisis mobile, a clunker, a sweet van, or anything else you don't have to plug in at night, Napa has a Castro oil on sale for you starting at $3.39 a quart. That's Napa know-how. General states pricing. Sales prices do not include applicable state, local taxes, or recycling fees. Offer expires 7/31/16.
Throughout this election, MSNBC has been there, challenging the candidates, moderating the debates and town halls, hitting the road with the campaigns and analyzing the stories from all sides. Now, as both parties gather for their conventions, MSNBC will be there with the team that makes us the place for politics. Don't miss in-depth wall-to-wall coverage of this week's Republican National Convention and next week's Democratic National Convention on MSNBC.
Hi, I'm Big Daddy Don Garlitz, asking you to support adoption by purchasing a Choose Life license plate from your county tag office. You know it costs a lot to give a child life. Many times a woman is forced to make a bad choice because of financial pressures. Help save the lives of the unborn children by aiding women whom choose life instead of abortion. Take a stand for life. Purchase your Choose Life license plate today. For more information, go to chooselife.org or call 352-624-2854.
Cookies, 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 cookies. We go cookie eating cookies.
When you want something special and fun for any occasion, get cookies. King Cookie in the Paddock Mall in Ocala will make a delicious, fun-filled delight just for you. So next time you're in the mall, stop by King Cookie or call 352-237-2557. KingCookieOcala.com. Customized cookies, cakes, and more. King Cookie.
Eating cookies. We're so happy eating cookies. Cookies!
Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the first and third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion, and learn how they can help you.
New windows will beautify your home and bring you immediate energy savings. Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida leads the way in quality and installs the name brand homeowners trust. Visit renewalbyandersen.com for a free in-home consultation with the pros. Right now, buy 4 windows and get the 5th free. Plus, no money down, 0% interest, and 0 payments for 12 months with approved credit. Visit renewalbyandersen.com. That's renewalbyandersen.com. Offer ends July 31st. License CGC 1523333.
This is Kendall Carpenter with Golden Ocala Golf and Equestrian Club. I want to introduce you to the finest equestrian opportunity available. If you love horses and enjoy Central Florida's mild climate and rich rolling landscape, come explore Golden Ocala. Bridle trails weave their way through this stunningly beautiful community of stately homes. Our state-of-the-art equestrian center will meet all of your equestrian needs with style. Visit us at goldenocala.com.
WWWOCA,
Hi, this is Mayor Kent Gwynn. Have you ever wondered what the younger generation thinks? Well, here's the chance to find out. The Mayor and the Millennials coming soon to WOCA 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
WOCA. 25 minutes before 10 o'clock. Beautiful Tuesday morning. Nice day to get outside and be in the garden. Carol Ann Baldwin is here to give you a little information to make it a little bit more enjoyable.
Yeah.
And one question that came up, by the way, about the watering ordinance is, can I water, it says, can I water newly planted grass if it's not on my day? And it says, yes, you can.
Yes, you can. Yeah, you have 30 days to water newly installed grass, sod or seed. You're also allowed to turn on your sprinklers if you put down pest control or fertilizer. But this time of year, unless you're not getting water, I would put it down on your irrigation days, the night before, because most of those things you just need to water them in within 24 hours, or just go out there with the hand watering, because you really only want to put about 1/4 of an inch of water on those kind of items, like your pest control if you're doing it. Sometimes if you have a pest control company, they may tell you to turn on your sprinklers, within the next 24 hours. So they try to, probably base it more on that. Don't use the upcoming rains. Don't look out and go, oh, look, there's a storm coming. I'm going to run out and throw my fertilizer on, because one, we might not get it. 2, instead of getting a nice gentle 1/2 inch of rain, we could get a very heavy rain that really doesn't soak into the ground. It does a lot of runoff, and then your money that you just put on your ground just went down the storm sewer, plus all of those chemicals just went down the storm sewer, and we all know where that water's going. We keep reading and seeing about algae blooms horribly down further South Florida, and that's what that's from. It is from fertilizer runoffs, chemical runoffs, and things like that, is overuse of fertilizations. Here in Florida, we have such sandy soils that whatever you put on top of the ground is eventually, whatever's not taken up by that plant material is going to end up down underground. It will eventually make its way into the aquifer, So use any of these items with care. Be a good steward. I'm not anti-synthetic fertilizers or anti-synthetic pest control. Do it with due diligence. Read the labels, follow the instructions, pay attention that are we having these afternoon showers? This isn't the time of year to go out and put that high nitrogen commercial brand fertilizer on the lawn. This might be a better time to go get yourself a bag of Milorganite or an Ironite, Super Iron Plus, something like that. None of those really have any nitrogen source at all. The Milorganite does have some, or even something like Black Cow, and you will feed that lawn. You will nourish that lawn, but you won't be causing a big chemical issue further down the line. It's there's the whole discussion of point source pollution and non-point source pollution. Point source pollution is you taking and dumping a bag of fertilizer in the lake. Non-point source pollution is you live within 2 miles of the lake and you put your fertilizer down too often and it rains a lot and it runs off and eventually, within a week or two may find itself in that lake. That's non-point source. Or that it perks down through the through the soil into the aquifer. Next thing you know, boom, you got an algae bloom somewhere near one of the springs. And we have some of the most pristine water out there in this whole country, and we do need to be good stewards of it. I'm not going to be the militant that tells you never to use those kind of things. Use them as they should be. Read the directions and listen to the extension office things. Sometimes when you go into the big box store, what they know in some of these places is what the sales reps tell them. That it's, in the beginning of each spring, all the different sales reps come through and go, our product does this, this, and this, and this, and it helps your company by you making these sales and these sales. But sometimes you may need to see whether or not, you may need to do your research ahead of time and find out which ones actually are better. There are a couple brands out there that have a slow release nitrogen, which is what we want. That's what we want in the state of Florida, is a really good slow release nitrogen. One, it won't burn your plants. Two, it generally complies with all of Florida's best management practices, especially if it's a 50% slow release. Those can be manufactured. They're good fertilizers. They don't have the publicity or the marketing companies of some of the other companies. But to me, who needs good marketing of a huge marketing company when you have a better product? There's filler. There's some filler in all of them. I mean, what do you think your coatings are? That's partially filler to get any slow release. So, do some research. Sometimes the university's numbers when they may recommend a type of fertilizer might be something that when you go in the store, you don't see those numbers. Well, that's because they're coming up with the actual optimum fertilization. Those are the perfect ones. Well, you can get that if you can buy a ton. Seminole Feed would probably make it up for you, but you're going to buy a ton. You find something close, or you find out, Sunnyland or Vigoro or somebody else, they make one and it lists a low nitrogen, because that's what the university's telling me, and no phosphorus, because we didn't really need that, or low phosphorus, because that's what this plant needs some, and a bit of potassium. That's a nice potassium level in there. But when I look at the back of the bag, it's also offering me magnesium and manganese and boron and iron and sulfur. Those are the ingredients that you're looking for just as much as those first 3 digits on the front of the bag. And so that's where we're
Do those nutrients end up in the vegetables, like when you use them on a vegetable farm? Does it make it more nutrient rich?
I don't know if it actually ends up in that fruit, in that vegetable itself, but they're needed by the plant to create that fruit or vegetable with all of its nutrition. So probably some of it does end up in there. if you're looking at those, I mean, we don't put down, what is it that's in the tomatoes?
Lycopene.
Lycopene. I mean, we're not putting lycopene on the ground. The plant creates the lycopene by taking that nutrition and using it to its advantage.
Lycopene's good for you.
Right.
I did a radio campaign for them.
Right.
For the Agnet years ago.
Right.
And they never
that's,
forgot.
but I mean, that's not something we put on the ground to pick it, to pick it up. And we put calcium on the ground to stop the tomato blossom end rot, but we don't necessarily get calcium from tomatoes.
And we do have a phone call.
Right.
Good morning. You're on the air with Carol Ann.
Good morning, Carol Ann.
Good morning,
I
Sonny.
don't know if I'm too late about putting down some bug killer for the grasshoppers. I mean, I'm still infested with the darn things, and they're making little ones left and right. So I guess I might be too late in putting
it's kind of hard to do much once they're the big grasshoppers, unless you can get the no-low bait. Which the bait will, I think it stops them from feeding, within a time period, like I think it's like within 3 days. I mean, they're dying, but it won't poison the birds who then consume them.
Right.
Yeah, that usually we think about actually you control that grasshopper as soon as those little ones are coming up out of the ground. So early spring.
Right, well, early spring, because I see them coming now.
Right, but I mean, most of the time, if you're seeing the little small ones, you can get out and spot treat for them. But again, this time of year, because usually the birds will take care of quite a bit of them. If you've still got a lot, you would go through. I probably wouldn't go with a granulated product because it's not going to do much on that. You would almost need to, while you see them, having a liquid that you're going to try to spray. But the big ones just aren't killed too easily by the pest control.
I only saw one bird that was going after them, and that was that crested, looks like a small herring.
Oh, okay.
And a yellow orange crest on the head.
Right.
Going after the grasshoppers.
Wow.
But anyway, thank you.
All right, thanks, Sonny.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, we'll take a little break. If you want to call, you are welcome to do that. The number is 622-9622.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. On this Tuesday, a mix of sun and clouds with a thunderstorm or two in the area, the high 89 to 93. And clear to partly cloudy Tuesday night, low 72 inland, 79 on the coast. For Wednesday, times of sun and clouds with a stray thunderstorm, high 90 to 94. Thursday, partly sunny with a thunderstorm mainly during the afternoon hours over the interior, the high 90 to 94. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Need to sell your house? Discover how to easily sell your house fast and for full price in today's market. Join us live this Friday, 9:30 a.m. for Mr. Ocala Real Estate Today. Sell your house now. Full price, fast close. Guaranteed. Call 352-282-3080. 352-282-3080. And join us live right here, 9:30 a.m. Friday.
Hey Ocala, this is Kelly Hart, Executive Editor of Ocala Magazine. Did you know last year Ocala Magazine won more awards in excellence than any other publication in Florida? And this year, Ocala Magazine was named Best Consumer Magazine in the state. Now you can join me every Friday at 10 a.m. on Ocala Magazine Radio, where we bring the pages of Ocala Magazine to life, right here on The Source. Ocala Magazine thanks you for making us number one. And remember, there is only one Ocala Magazine.
Hey, I'm Gary. And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
Hi, Alia Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget, join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
WWWWOCA,
Hi, this is Mayor Kent Gwynn. Have you ever wondered what the younger generation thinks? Well, here's the chance to find out. The Mayor and the Millennials coming soon to WOCA 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
We are the Source, WOCA.
12 minutes before 10 o'clock, we were just looking at that video of the capybara and the what's that called again? The dogs? Robin's kind of dog.
Border Collie.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and the thing's about the size of the Border Collie.
Capybara is like, gosh, it's so big.
That's huge.
I just wonder, is it as smart? I mean, it has a head about as big as a dog, but is it as smart?
Is there a brain in there that matches the size of that skull?
Because we were talking about that manatee was hanging on that board. What do you call them? You don't call them surfboards.
No, paddleboard.
Paddleboards, yes. Yeah. And it was just so playful looking.
Yeah,
it was just so fun.
It looked like it was just... Yeah, being friendly.
Just fun.
Being fun and friendly. Another thing to just mark on the calendar. This one is a neat, but actually a couple of these are still not till September. The Master Gardener's Vegetable Garden Expo. This is our one day. It's a Saturday, and I think when I mentioned it the other week, I may have had the times wrong. It's Saturday, September the 10th from 9 to 1 p.m. This is just a small one. It's not a big plant sale. It's an educational time for you who want to learn more about growing vegetables, fruit trees, herbs, things like that, the edible part of the garden. There'll be seminars for planting a fall garden. There will be vendors there with vegetable seeds and seedlings, containers and soil amendments, potting mixes, fruit trees, and other related items. Plus, just questions and answers throughout the gardens there in the herb garden and that. So this, from 9 to 1. September still has a tendency to be quite warm, so that's why we do it early. Bring your umbrella to walk around if you feel you need it, and just come out and enjoy, learn a little more about your vegetable gardening. And then another one coming up in September. We know, well, it's been several years since we've called it Gardening for Dummies. Now it's Florida Gardening 101, and it's a 5-day course on for newcomers or just new to a landscape and such like that here in Central Florida, here in Marion County in particular. It runs from September 12th through the 16th, and these are in the evening. This is from 6 to 8:30 in the evening. So those who work hopefully would be able to attend as well. It's a $30 registration fee per person, $50 per couple, and is non-refundable. But they they begin it right at the dirt level. As they say on the Monday one, the September 12th, it all begins with the soil. So they're going to go with you talking about our soils and how to amend them to composting, so how to make your own. Tuesday is the Florida-friendly landscaping and landscape design. Wednesday, plant propagation and native plants for your Florida garden. Thursday is lawns and trees for Central Florida. And Friday is vegetable gardening and pests in the Florida garden. This time, they're also doing a couple hands-on ones that would begin at 5. Micro-irrigation demonstrations and a garden tour through the extension gardens. Real great type of class. It's in-depth, it is intense, that you've only got 2.5 hours each session, but you figure over that 5 days you're getting 10, 11, 12, 13 hours approximately of education in that time period. And your money does cover your materials and light snacks. If you're interested, call over to extension 671-8400. Talk to Terry. She can tell you some more. And registration deadline is August the 29th. So that is one that does have a deadline for you. But any of these, I'll try to get a picture. I'm trying to get them posted on there so that if you want to come on to the if you see that page, and I think you can see the page even if you're not a member yet. You just can't, you're not going to be commenting or anything or seeing any of the posts, when they come out. It won't come to you until you're a member. And they've got one other thing coming up. I might as well mention it, and I'll mention these as we get closer too, is the 4-H is having a color run. If anybody's ever done color runs before or likes to run
my
a 4K,
son did one of them,
a 5K run walk at Jervey Camp Park on September the 24th. And this one's called Color Me Green.
It's all green color?
It's all going to be green. So
Do you know what they use? What the powder is?
No, I don't.
It's cornstarch.
Okay.
Colored cornstarch.
Tinted cornstarch.
And it's
So
really amazing.
yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's everywhere. It gets
Right.
on everything.
Sure. So that's why they tell you to wear something you don't mind.
No,
being
you're
colored,
gonna be colorful. You'll be green on
Yeah,
this one.
this one you'll be green.
I wonder if they're gonna do several shades of green.
I would think so. That
Yeah.
would be kind of fun. But it's a $15 registration, which is the early bird by September the 1st. Children 5 and under are free, and it is a run walk. So it's not a huge deal. But 5K. All proceeds are benefiting the Marion County 4-H. And some of the programs for youth development programs, and they too are part of Extension, and just it sounds like a lot of fun. It'll be at Jervey Camp Park, and we'll talk more about it as it gets a little closer.
Can you talk just a little bit about? I think it's not till September, but you're part of the Vietnam Traveling Wall.
Oh,
is that coming?
It's coming to Dunellen.
Was that because last time I think you spoke about it, it wasn't sure yet.
Right. This one's actually it's coming to the city of Dunellen, and offhand, I would have to look up the stuff to let you know anymore. It's a whole week of the veteran or something like that.
Okay.
I think that the city of Dunellen
It's
is
September?
doing. It is in September. I wonder if I could find that.
Closer
very
than you
quick.
think. It's only 2 months
It
away.
actually is, and that's one of those things that going. Ooh, I really got to find my. Work a calendar. When you're new at a job, you really hate to go, hey, listen, can I have this day off, or can I trade you? Can I trade you this day? Because I do anytime I can. I go, if it's local, I go put up the Vietnam Veterans Traveling Tribute Wall. It's an honor to me to be able to. My husband's a Vietnam vet. Some of my dearest friends are Vietnam vets, and good. I had it earmarked pretty close. So we're getting to it rather quickly. It is going to go in at the Ernie Mills Park, and the Dunellen Chamber of Commerce is the one who's sponsoring it. And let me see, the dates are September 29th through October the 2nd. So that's still just a weekend, 29, 30, 1, 2.
A long weekend.
So a long
yeah.
weekend, like
Yeah.
a Friday to a Monday is
Yeah.
usually how they run. And then there are other activities going on, so maybe as it gets closer, I'll try to get a hold of a flyer for that.
Okay. And I think you have a phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Carol Ann.
Yes, good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Hey, earlier you were talking about sprinkling, watering your lawn and that.
Right.
And I live over here in Silver Springs, about a couple of miles north of the water park, and we haven't had a decent rain here going on 2.5 weeks now.
Wow.
One time we had maybe a tenth, which is nothing, But anyways, I've got an irrigation system, and I've been running it when you're supposed to, and I run it for half an hour at 1/4 of an inch, but my lawn looks a little bit stressed.
Yeah.
Can I go, maybe would a half an inch be probably a better solution?
A half inch or 3/4 of an inch, actually, would
really?
be. Yeah.
Well, I'm way on the light side.
Yeah, are you gonna turn it on? Do you think you'll probably turn it on twice a week?
Yes, I go Wednesdays and Saturdays.
Okay. Well, if you're going to do it twice a week, bump it up to the half inch, and that way, on the 2 different irrigation times, that'll give you a full inch of water each week.
Okay.
And that way, you should see a lot less stress then.
Okay, I'll give that a try. I hope we get some rain pretty soon here, because this is supposed to be the wet season, and it just isn't happening on our side of town,
Yeah, we finally because Larry and I are both sort of like on that southeast/southwest side, depends on what side of the street you're on.
Yeah.
Part of town there, and I know we've gotten a couple of pretty good rains, but then again, I've been elsewhere, and I get home, and it's like the rain stopped on 441, and when I turned to come over near my neighborhood, it's like, oh, it's dry. It's like, come on now, you just had to get another half mile over, and we would have had some rain.
Would it be all right to irrigate late afternoon? I mean, the lawn might be wet for a long time at night, but I'm kind of concerned about evaporation. With this extreme heat and sun, it just I like to do it when the sun is low or almost.
Your better time to have that come on is actually like 4 or 5 a.m. to where it's shut off by say 6 or 7, that all your watering is done, so that because it's surprising how long it actually takes to dry that grass or those leaf blades or the plant material, and you want that dry before that sun goes back down. And I know people are rolling their eyes going, well, it's probably dry by 8 soon as it shuts off. No, it's not really dry until about 9 or 10, maybe even not even till 11 or 12, depending if we have a cloudy morning. It does take a bit to dry that off, but yeah, you don't want to really water in the afternoon. You want those plants to be dry. You want that grass to be dry before that gets dark. Otherwise, you're just inviting more fungal problems than what we already have.
Yeah, I know the regulations are you're not supposed to water after 10 a.m.
Right.
Or before 4, so, it's...
Right.
You got to follow instructions, I guess.
Yeah, and your best time really, and if you're hand watering or if you're turning it on and you have a micro irrigation, say around your shrubs, where it's really just watering that shrub base, putting those on at say 4 o'clock in the afternoon isn't going to be harmful. It's your lawn where those leaf blades get wet. That's the part you don't want to be wet once it starts to get dark.
Okay, well, thank you very much, and pray for rain.
Yeah, that's it. Wow, another show.
Fast.
It is.
Do you have to go to work now?
I do. Yes, I do.
Wow.
I'm on my way to work.
People go say hi to Carol-Ann.
Come by, say hi. Yeah, I work. I'm here. I'll be there every day, all the way through Saturday. I'm not off till Sunday.
Lowe's and Lady Lake.
Lowe's and Lady Lake.
Lowe's
Yep,
and
can't find me in the garden center.
All right, and by the way, I looked at the garden thing. If you have a garden, you can water in the morning and the evening.
In the evening, right.
That's it.
That's all you. Yep.
But any day of the week doesn't matter.
Right. Because you're growing food.
All right. Well, thank you, Carol-Ann.
Thanks, Larry.
Go to Facebook and become part of the Facebook page, and then you can be part of this show all week long, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, in the garden on Facebook with Carol-Ann. We'll be right back.
Former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani pumping up the crowd at the RNC last night.
I am sick and tired of the defamation